let me tell you a secret. Don't tell anybody. I'm going to tell you a secret. Can you keep a secret? First of all, let me find out. Can you keep a secret? The fact that I had to ask, can you keep a secret, should tell me that you can't keep a secret. Can you keep a secret? Can somebody tell you something that's so personal to them and they're telling you not to tell somebody? Can you really keep it to yourself? It's so difficult to do. We all may shake our head, yeah, people can trust me with anything. Yeah, people they can trust me. And we're saying yes, but look, notice my head is shaking no. It is difficult to do. Even, now the thing that also brings it even more or increases the difficulty even more is the fact that they may tell us something that's secretive and we don't even know if should we tell somebody. We're thinking in our mind like, should I tell? Man, this would be good conversation at work. This would be good conversation out with my friends to connect the point to what they're talking about, so that way I can seem relatable. So I'm using somebody else's relative experience or experience to show that I'm relatable to what they're talking about. How many times have we done that? It's okay. We all do it every now and then. We all do it. I don't care what anybody says. We all do it every now and then. There's always something that's juicy that can just, it's so juicy it comes out of our mouth and we're like, oops. Let me caution you, it's time for us to be very careful about how we are releasing other people's information, because it's nothing worse. It's nothing worse than you thinking that, hey, I just told somebody and, I trust that they won't tell anybody. And it comes full circle and it comes back to the person that told you that secret, and they told you either not to tell anybody or was so secretive that it's something that they didn't want somebody to know, and they find out and then they confront you about it. Talk about an awkward conversation. It's awkward for you because you're like, wait a minute, I thought the person that I confided in, they wasn't going to tell anybody. They end up telling somebody that told somebody that told somebody that end up telling the person whose story it is. And then it comes back to the person even worse. It's like half right, half wrong. So now the person telling, like, remember we talked about that? You told me that you wouldn't tell anybody, or I trusted you enough to tell you that information. And although I didn't say don't tell anybody, I figured that you wouldn't. I told you something about my past that I'm still dealing with. I told you about an addiction that I'm still working to overcome. I'm going to therapy. I'm going to meetings. I'm going to different sessions. But now that this trust is broken, now it's awkward for you as the person who told the secret, because now your credibility's shot. Now they may be wanting to tell you some more information about them where you can actually help them, but now that you've already burnt that bridge, it's very difficult to reconstruct it. Why put ourselves in these situations when we really don't have to? Why continually allow for the temptation of releasing some information that we don't have access to, or we don't have the authority to release to other people just for sake of good conversation? There's plenty of ways. As a person who loves conversation, there's plenty of ways to have good conversation other than telling someone else's business. And what I'm telling you today is that in order for you to fully help people in the greatest capacity or the biggest capacity, you have to be willing to sacrifice your feelings, that itchy feeling like, oh man, I gotta tell somebody about this. That itchy feeling, you have to calm that down and put that under the control that you have over yourself by saying, you know what, as juicy as this would be, as good of a story as this would be, it may even be funny. You may find humor in somebody else's misery. If you do, and if you don't fight that urge, then you won't be able to help people as much as you're supposed to help people. And that's what our life's purpose is. Everyone's purpose is to be in a relationship with people. And in that relationship, we are to help people out. If you are not available to help people, then what are you here for?